It was just over a year ago that we stepped out in faith to launch the Ark Church. This past year has been marked by many miraculous moments where we've seen the faithful hand of God helping us every step of the way as He builds His church.
For over 2 years, we prayed that we would be able to meet in Magnolia High School. I still remember late one night getting a phone call saying, "I hear you're planting a church in Magnolia. Would you be interested in leasing our building behind Magnolia High School?" It was at that moment that we knew that when we step out in the water with our faith, God can do some pretty amazing things. He's been with us every step of the way, and in every moment, He has been faithful to help us provide what we need when we need it as a church.
Because 150 people were willing to say yes and help launch the church, we've seen hundreds of people saved or rededicate their life to Jesus. Families have found a church to call home, and a new faith-filled community has been born on a mission for the saving of households.
Over the past 6 months, we have been praying that God would open up an opportunity for us to purchase our current building and the surrounding 20 acres as our permanent home. A home where we can do ministry and a home where we can have property to build for the future. The opportunity to purchase our building has become available even sooner than we anticipated. And I'm excited to share with you that we have come under contract with the building we are now in to be the permanent property and home of the Ark Church Magnolia.
Over this last year, we've seen tremendous growth take place numerically in our church. It's no secret that the Ark will one day need a bigger boat. The 20 acres right here in the heart of Magnolia is full of potential and opportunity for future ministry. We've conducted site surveys and met with engineers on the potential for future development on our property. There's plenty of space right here in our own backyard to one day build a larger auditorium to meet the needs of our growing community. The acreage will afford us the opportunity to build permanent parking that accommodates hundreds of cars for our weekend services. With our kids and nursery rooms already busting at the seams, our heart is to create safe, fun, and adequately sized ministry rooms for our kids in alignment with our vision for the saving of households.
As Courtney and I have prayed, we believe that we are entering into a milestone moment in our community of faith, where we are going to see God continue to do amazing things as He leads us into new territory as a church. We didn't get to this milestone moment to stop and only celebrate what has happened. God has brought us to this moment that we might say yes to building a stronger future for the faith of the people we haven't even met yet.
It's time for us to put our stake in the ground in the middle of our city as our way of saying we're not just passing through, we're here to stay. We haven't reached our destination yet, but we are in the middle of a milestone moment that we will look back on with gratitude for all God has done and look forward with eager anticipation of all He's going to do through His people, the church. We have every intention of permanently planting ourselves in this community as a place where people can be introduced to Jesus and grow stronger in their faith. A place where people can have their tangible needs met, and a place where people can have their marriages and families strengthened and restored. Together, we're building a place where kids and youth can learn about God and find hope for the days ahead. A place where people can find a home. A church that is committed to the Word of God and centered around the person of Jesus. A church that is friendly and welcoming and full of life-giving relationships. A church that creates a space for all people to have an encounter with the living God. A church that won't stop until our community looks like heaven and every household is saved.
We can't do this alone. Like we've said from the very beginning, it takes people to reach people. When we started the church, we relied on people who will never even step foot inside the Ark Church to help support the vision of a new church plant right here in Magnolia. And because of their yes, through their generosity and their prayers and support, we were able to launch the Ark Church strong, creating a church home just for you. This time, we want to invite you to partner with us in this critical kingdom work. We need individuals and families and even churches who catch the vision and are willing to say yes to how God might use their sacrificial giving. Our first milestone goal is for $1 million. This goal is to help us with the down payment, allowing us to close on the property in early 2025. It's also going to provide funds for needed property improvements and supply monies for the design and development fees that go into future building expansions. Finally, it's going to create a reserve for increased ministry operations in the life of our church. Our second milestone goal is for $2.25 million. This goal is to help us fund the full purchase price of our property, preparing and positioning us to begin the process of expanding our footprint right here on our property. Our total milestone goal is $3.25 million over the next 2 years.
We want to invite you to pray with us and partner with us to see this vision come to life. Over the next 4 weeks of our Milestone series, you'll hear more about the heart and vision. Be encouraged to grow in your faith journey in the area of generosity and have an opportunity to make a 2-year pledge commitment on Sunday, November 17th.
The Lord has set this land before us, and as a church, we are fully committed to saying yes to building a stronger future.